Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which you most likely are, welcome to my little family. My name is Jada and we're gonna be watching Love Island Season 4 episode 21. Before we jump into the video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload another video. So let's just hop right into it because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste mine because it is almost my bedtime. We start this episode in the main villa at nighttime, and Courtney and Zeta walk off and have their own like private conversations, and Courtney is basically expressing how she wants to get to know Chad more than she wants to get to know Jordan. Now, I expected this because I saw this in their first conversation that they had, and they really did vibe. I did like their connection and everything. And it's nice to know that Courtney's actually feeling the vibes between them. And then they were talking about Jordan. And why did they zoom in on Jordan's Jesus sandals? That was so disrespectful. Naja and Nick are having a conversation, and she's basically saying that she's really into Nick, and this is the first time that she's feeling a spark from the jump with someone. Is this coming from the same person that was crying over not being able to have her first choice, which was Isaiah? They end up kissing and she feels fanny flutters and everything, and then they basically come to the consensus that they're both going to be sharing a bed together. And then over at Casa Amor, Chauncey and Jared are having a conversation. Now, I didn't see this connection really coming, but I like to see it because Jared is a beautiful guy. He has a beautiful like spirit to me. I don't know why, but I like the kid. He kind of grew on me, even though he hasn't had that much screen time, but whenever he is on screen, I like him a little bit more. But so far, Jared is saying that he's into her. They have nice like little light flirty banter between them. I like their vibe so far. Courtney pulls Jordan over to have a conversation and let him know that she wants to get to know Chaz more, and kind of let him go. But it kind of doesn't go that way, because the way that Courtney was telling him was kind of like an agreement that like they're still good, and she's just going over there to like test the waters with him, when we all know that she wants to leave Jordan and just, you know, be with Chad fully. I guess that Jordan didn't really get the hint of that. So when she told him that she wanted to share the bed with Chad, you can literally see the disappointment in this kid's face. It was so sad to see. I don't feel bad for the kid, because if the connection's out there, the connection's not there. But yeah, it was just so sad to see his face get so disappointed that they weren't sharing a bed again. Oh. All right. So then Courtney pulls Chad over and they talk about their connection. They basically say like, oh, they're both feeling each other and whatnot, basically establishing what they're both feeling. Their feelings are platonic between each other. Courtney asks him to sleep in her bed with her, and he agrees, and he's like totally down to do it. So then we pan over to Kat and Deb having a conversation, and Kat's basically like asking Deb about her connection with Kyle and how well and how good that's going. Deb really likes how things are going with her and Kyle. She's really feeling him. He ticks off a lot of boxes that Jesse never really did. Especially, and the crazy part is that like Kyle's not really doing much. He's just actively pursuing her, and it's making her feel wanted. And as we all know, Jesse and Deb have been together since literally the first day, like the first coupling and everything. So Jesse hasn't really had to chase after her, but that's a big thing that's needed in a relationship or a potential relationship, is I don't want to say the chase, but just to make your girl or your partner feel wanted is such a big thing. Like, you can't just take them for granted that they'll just be there and you do nothing. Like, you have to put some effort in, and that's what Jesse wasn't doing for her, and Kyle is doing it by doing sweet things for her. So Kat goes to pull Chad. I can't with these names. So Kat goes to pull Chad. It's funny because Courtney said that she thought that Chad and Kat would have a connection. So it's funny that now Kat is coming to pull Chad to have a conversation. Kat just so happens to be pulling Chad for the conversation while Courtney and Chad are talking. And why does Courtney kiss Chad in like basically in Kat's face before she walks away? She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Courtney's funny.
I am the one, the way your son don't need.
So finally, Kat and Chad have their own conversation, and he tells her, like, early in their conversation that he's going to be sleeping in Courtney's bed and stuff. And then their conversation went to them acting out a scene because of her tattoo, and then she ended up on top of his lap, and then they ended up kissing.
I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it. Bob interview.
I don't know how that all connects together, but it did. And it was like the most, what did I write? It was the most creative, awkward way to stumble into a kiss with someone. What's funny about Chad and Kat kissing is that as soon as Courtney left them, she said to, I believe it was Sydney or Zeta, she was like, I don't trust Kat. Like, I don't trust her. She seems sneaky. Like, and then they ended up kissing. So it was just really, Courtney has her senses up. Do I think that Chad is going to tell Courtney that he kissed Kat? No, I don't. He told the boys, but he's not going to tell her. With that, I don't know how I feel about Chad, just because, like, I get it's Casa Amor, I get they're not in an official couple, but you're trying to pursue the girl and you're okay with making out with another girl. Like, you're not doing the choosing, Chad. Like, you're not the one that's choosing your coupling. The girls are. So play your cards right, brother. So I just want to see, I honestly want to see how Chad will be if Courtney chooses him to go into the villa. I really want to see how he acts with other girls. I'm very curious to see that. And Casa, they get a text and the hideaway is open. They basically choose Gabby and Chaz to go into the hideaway. I really thought it was gonna be Isaiah. I think we all did. I think we all thought it was gonna be Isaiah. And they're both excited. Yay for them. So they get into the hideaway room, and why is this room so small? Did anybody else think that the hideaway room was like very, very tiny, like very tight, to like kind of force them to be in bed because it was so small? I don't know. It was a cute room, but it was just very tiny. Isaiah, Jeff, and Jared are talking, and Isaiah is still at a crossroads about Sydney and Phoebe. Isaiah's thought process is that Phoebe ticks off like an extra few boxes that Sydney does not, and he feels as though if he doesn't give Phoebe a full chance, then that he'll end up regretting it later. But he really still wants to be with Sydney, so he doesn't know what to do. A part of me feels as though this connection with Phoebe, he feels as though it's less constraining than with Sydney, because we all know how Sydney is, how on him she is, like very not obsessive, and I don't want to say possessive, but this woman is very territorial, and she lets everybody know that like this is her man. Like that's what Sydney gives, and I think Phoebe gives him space, so that's why he really enjoys her. And I think that Phoebe gives a little bit more of an air of maturity, probably what Isaiah's feeling. I don't know who he's gonna choose at this point. I really don't know who he's gonna choose, because he's just so flip-floppy with his words and his actions. I have absolutely no idea what this kid's gonna do. Getting ready for bed and everything, Isaiah and Phoebe ended up sharing a bed together, and I forgot to write it down because I was so into the show. And a few people end up making out. I believe Deb and Kyles end up making out. I believe Nick and Naja end up making out. Definitely Isaiah and Phoebe made out. Obviously the hideaway, Chaz, yeah. And I don't even think Tiger Lily and Jeff shared a bed, which was interesting. The next morning at the main villa, the girls are doing their daily morning debrief, and Courtney says that her and Chad had a great night. They actually didn't make out as much as it seemed. They actually had good conversation, and they were laughing and everything. So happy for Courtney. See, guys? She does want to have like a very passionate like sexual time, but she wants a mental connection. This kid is giving her the mental connection that she really wants, and I like that for her. Deb enjoyed her night with Kyle. They were making out, they were kissing and stuff, as we know, as we saw. Deb is feeling conflicted and confused about Kyle and Jesse. So the boys at Casa Amor, they have their debrief, and Jared is feeling Chauncey. I still don't know if I'm saying this girl's name right. And they shared some kisses at night. Oh, Chaz and Gabby had a good time in the hideaway. Isaiah said that him and Phoebe made out and that they had a little connection and cuddled and stuff at night. So at the villa midday, Sydney is basically expressing that she is worried about Isaiah. She was talking to Zeta, and she was telling Zeta that she was having a hard time like dealing with the emotions of him being over there and actually coping with it, and realizing that she was actually like falling in love with the kid. So she wants him to come back. We pan over to Chad meditating, and then Kat coming in and pulling him for a chat, and she just wants to let him know that she's not feeling a connection with him. It feels like friend vibes after their kiss and everything. Most likely this is foreshadowing something, because they wouldn't be showing it to us if it wasn't foreshadowing anything. So maybe Kat's time is gonna be cut short. We don't know. So Deb and Kyle are having a conversation, and Kyle is giving Deb a nice massage and everything. Love this for her. And she's just letting him know that the connection that they're building, and it's making it really hard for her to choose between him and Jesse. And he respects her decision, and he respects her, and he understands exactly where she's coming from. But I can tell that obviously Kyle wants her to choose him. So then Kat and Nadja are having a conversation, and like I was saying before, Kat is crying now. See, Kat and Nadja switch positions, and she's just crying because there's no connections for her so far in the villa. What happened to you and Chaz, babe? I know she said she wanted to explore her options, but I thought you at least established something with him. What happened? At Casa Amor, Isaiah and Phoebe are having a conversation, and he basically lets her know that like he's conflicted, and he let Phoebe know that he was gonna ask Sydney to be his girlfriend when they got back if Casa Amor went well. This is the first we're all hearing this. If I hear Phoebe say, "I'm the full package" one more time, I'm going to go crazy. You don't have to keep telling someone that you're the full package for them to know that you're the full package. The more you're saying it, the less I believe it, babe. If he's gonna pick you, he's gonna pick you. If he doesn't, he doesn't. You did what you could. But I think that's just the inner lawyer in her. She's like really fighting her case, like really fighting her point to really get this guy. But honey, it's okay. Like, if you lose, you lose. At night, after everybody gets ready and has their drinks, Kyle and Deb have another conversation, and Deb basically admits to Kyle that like he is growing on her and everything. Then he tries to do like the Uno reverse card on her and is like, "Oh, well, do you think that you're good for me?" Why? Well, I mean, yes, it's a valid question, but like in this situation, she's the one that's picking you for her. So then Timmy and Jesse are talking at Casa. Jesse is basically saying how much he misses Deb, and now he's like really waking up and realizing that like I have to step my game up to get my girl, to keep my girl, because I haven't been doing the best job. Yes, Jesse, yes, finally, it clicks for you, but you may be a little too late. And this is why guys need to appreciate and show their girls from the jump how much you care and appreciate them, because they will leave you. If a woman is feeling underappreciated, she will leave, or her attitude will change, or she'll become more disconnected. Zeta and Sydney are having another conversation, and they're both wondering if like both of their boys are behaving. Now, Timmy's behaving. Isaiah, up to Sydney's standards of like not cuddling and stuff, I guess that's a no. I would say that's a no. We learned in this conversation that Sydney wants to ask Isaiah to be her boyfriend. This is gonna be a mess, guys. This recoupling is going to be a fucking mess. We close out this episode with Phoebe and Isaiah having a conversation, and Phoebe basically putting it out there that I like you, Isaiah. I want you to give me a chance. And Isaiah says he's gonna give her a chance. And then they make out in front of everyone in the villa. What happened to you wanting her to be your... What happened to Sydney being your girlfriend? What happened to you asking her? What happened to that thought in your head? What happened to that gut feeling? What happened to all that, Isaiah? What happened? And the Casa Amor's only 3 days. What happened to it being a week? Anywho, that's all I got for you guys today. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when I post another video. And we'll catch up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!